Hello and welcome to the Introduction to Mendelian Genetics problem set 1. We are continuing on to page 2 of this document. So this is questions 6 and 7. So in question 6, this is where we're starting today. It says in a certain species of dog, black nose is dominant over pink nose. And then the question asks you to predict the phenotype, so that's the babies of a cross between two parents. The male is homozygous dominant, so that's capital B, capital B. We're told to use the letter B later on. And the female is homozygous recessive, or lowercase b, lowercase b. We set up our Punnett square where we take capital B, capital B. We place that on the top. Again, we separate those alleles, and then lowercase b, we separate those alleles as well. And we fill in our Punnett square, again going across and down. This is just the format that I like. And I've used a different weighted pen so you can see where those letters actually came from. At that point, once we've filled in our Punnett square, this provides us with the possible genotypes for the offspring of those two dogs. So here we go. Let's look at the analysis. In looking at the genotypes of the offspring, we see that all of these offspring are capital B, lowercase b in terms of genotype. Fraction-wise, that's 4 out of 4. Percentage, 100%. And ratio, that's 4 to 0. That's a little weird, but we're just going to, put that and keep it moving. When we look at the phenotype, again, phenotype is how are those, offspring going to possibly look? So they are either going to have a black nose or a pink nose. And in this case, with 4 out of 4 having a black nose, that means 0 will have a pink nose, 100% will have a black nose, or 4 to 0 ratio black nose to pink nose. We know that they are all going to have a black nose because all 4 of these offspring have at least one of the dominant alleles, giving them that dominant trait for a black nose. In looking at question 7, we see that this has to do with eagles, and we see hooked beaks are dominant over pointed beaks. It says predict the genotypes and phenotypes for a homozygous dominant eagle. Again, here's our homozygous dominant eagle, and a hybrid hooked beaked eagle. Now, hybrid is a little bit tricky there. Hybrid, refers to heterozygous. So we see our heterozygous genotype here. We take the genotype for one of our parents, we place it on the top. The other parent goes on the left. Again, we separate those alleles. We fill in our Punnett square. Our Punnett square looks like this. Again, these are the predicted possible genotypes for the offspring between these two parents. We have to do some analysis on the genotypes of the offspring. We see that 1, 2 are capital B. That's 2 out of a possible 4. And then 1, 2 are capital B, lowercase b. Again, that's 2 out of a possible 4. That equates to 50% capital B, and 50% capital B, lowercase b, or a 1-to-1 ratio, capital B to capital B, lowercase b. In looking at the phenotypes of the offspring, we see that all 4 of these predicted offspring have at least one capital B. That means all 4 will be hooked beaked. We will see 0 pointed beaks. That means 100% hooked beaked babies, or a 4 to 0 ratio. So at this point, everybody is ready to tackle that problem set 2 assignment, and good luck.